Our country is very diverse. It's filled with people from all around the world. In fact, each year over 1.5 million immigrants arrive in the U.S. and over 100,000 immigrants arrive in New York City each year. They come here in search of a job, a better education, a home, and most importantly, an opportunity to succeed. But unfortunately for many, their dreams don't always come true because they're not able to obtain a job. As a result, they wait all day at job sites hoping to get some work in construction or some small-time gig that pays little and is very, very dangerous. They work day and night. Federal law prevents them from getting a job. And many illegal immigrants don't have a social security number or a form of ID, which prevents many businesses from hiring them as well. To get a sense of what this is like, I talked to Emiliano Ruales from Colima, Mexico, to see what his experience has been like.
So I came here in the U.S. when I was 5 months old.
Oh, wow.
I came here when I was 5 months old, and I came to Oregon.
Where'd you come from?
Mexico. So I came from Colima, Mexico. So it's pretty much, if everyone knows where Guadalajara is, like Jalisco, it's probably it's a small state in between Guadalajara and Michoacan, and it's very hidden. And so my whole family, we came from there, and unfortunately I was the one that was born in Mexico, and all my siblings were born here. And so it wasn't too hard for me growing up. It was only hard when it was time to do things that were actually involved some legality. So in terms of getting my license really hard, and then also getting a job, that was probably the most I remember that was one of my frustrating moments in high schools when all my friends were coordinating where they're gonna all work together and stuff like that, and I couldn't. I either had to work construction or work in the fields because I didn't have a social security number to do any of that. And I remember that was very frustrating. And then there were times where my friends invited me oh, we're gonna do this over the summer, we're gonna do this, and I wanted to so bad, and I just couldn't because I couldn't. It was more also the embarrassment of telling my friends oh, I don't have a social security. So then from there
many immigrants struggle to pay rent without a job. At times, they can face being evicted, leaving them no place to call home. Especially since the COVID pandemic, unemployment rates have soared among immigrants in comparison to U.S.-born citizens. To get a better sense of what this is like, I talked to Jen Torres, who works at the Asylum Seekers in Chicago. She spends all of her time helping these immigrants obtain a job, assist them in any way she can.
The pandemic, I think, has impacted greatly why a lot of them are coming here to begin with. A lot of South Americans and people even in the Caribbean, like Haiti, who are coming here now, have traveled through Brazil, Chile, Peru, Ecuador, looking for work, Colombia. And because of the COVID epidemic, there just wasn't an economy of jobs anymore. So that, I think, has had a big impact on the migration here to the U.S. I think people are already migrating for reasons having to do with their own in-country situations. But I think that the immigration here is greatly impacted by the COVID pandemic. Once they get here, the real issue is work authorization, and the fact that unless They fit certain parameters. They don't have temporary TPS, temporary protected status, providing them with expedited employment authorization documents, EADs. And so if they don't have authorization to work legally, then they're on a cash economy, which is not something anyone can, a family can live on in housing in Chicago. Or they're forced to work illegally through means that people have done for decades. People coming from Mexico and the city of Chicago have been doing this for decades, which I guess back to your earlier question about division. That's another division in the city where we have generations of Mexicans who've been waiting for work authorization, living in the shadows, undocumented, not receiving services and support, and they're feeling the dissonance of the migrants arriving and getting services that they are. So, as far as that too, there could be, with 25,000 people arriving, all trying to get these cash jobs, under-the-table jobs, factory jobs, I'm sure that's also affecting our undocumented population in ways that we can't even see because they are not documented.
I'm waiting. And waiting. And waiting.
Social Security, so I can't apply for Social Security like anytime soon at all, especially right now. I have the closest thing for me to apply for Social Security right now would be applying through DACA, and I don't have DACA because they shut it down, I think a year or two ago. They didn't shut it down, sorry, they paused it.
Got it.
And so there's that's the only way for me to get a Social Security anytime soon, or a work permit, and I can't really get that. Which is why the only reason of me going to grad school is because I can't work right now unless I want to continue working construction, which I just came home from, and I really do not want to do that. It's terrible how bad I feel right now. I'm on my bed. I'm actually I'm leaning in on purpose because my back just hurts so much. Yeah, and so that's been the problem, and that problem has been around for pretty much like I said, when I was 16. I'm 21 now, so I remember when I was 16 going into work, wanting to work with my friends. They're all coordinating where to go, where they're gonna apply for, and I just couldn't do that. I had to work with my dad in landscape, which was nice because I got to spend that quality time with my parents, but at the same time I really wanted to get a job. It's affected me more probably my sophomore year of high school, because I remember after school I had to work construction, and then in the summers I had to work in the fields, and I remember that was very, very tough. Very tough. And I just felt dang, I really wanted to work somewhere else, or a good job. So that was very hard. And then I thought, in the moment, I thought that was going to be my biggest challenge, which was I can't get a job, I can't do this, can't do that. And then I didn't know that going to college was going to make it much worse, because in college, I couldn't really afford to not work. I had to continue working, because then it's much more, it's very expensive. And I worked landscaping from 6 a.m. to 12.
Oh, wow.
Every day, and then I had class from 1 to 4. I had two classes. I had one from 1 to 2:20, and then I had another one from 2:30 to 3:50. I'm pretty sure. I had 2 classes every day.
To help, you can sign my petition to help change the laws that prevent migrants from securing a job. The government needs to understand that these migrants aren't able to thrive in an environment where they can't receive a sustainable income. We need to get this petition in the news and on the media and everywhere else we could think of. Awareness is the key to change, and it all starts here, with us. You can start by sharing my petition and documentary with everyone you know. While this journey won't be easy, there's always a way out, and I plan to continue to fight until all migrants are able to obtain adequate jobs in the United States of America. Ultimately, I care about this issue because everyone who comes to this country deserves to live the American dream. They should be able to obtain a job and live a good lifestyle because they're equal to every other citizen in America. In the end, being an immigrant shouldn't define their status here in America, as they deserve every opportunity equal to that of an American citizen. Just because they come from a foreign country doesn't make them anything less. They deserve the right to live the life that you and I have, which is why we need to help these immigrants obtain a job so that they can build a future for themselves and their families, and so that they can live what all of us desire. The American dream, with the 3 rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you.